I had been selected to become president of Altru towards the end of 1996. So I was scheduled to start as president on July 1st. And with everything changing between the merger with Grand Forks Clinic and United Hospital, decision was made, although not on paper, we made the decision to become one at the time of the evacuation. The only thing I had was what I wore out. So I had to borrow a few clothes from people, but it worked out.
It was a big task to evacuate the hospital, and really something that I don't think any of us thought we would ever have seen. It was incredible. I lived out of town, I still do, so my house became the communication hub. My phone lines were fine, everything was fine. My fax machine, yes, a fax machine, served to be one of the most important tools that we had. We had to communicate with everybody. We had to communicate with our people. We had to communicate with our patients. So I just spent hours faxing news releases, one after the other. Maybe there was one to our staff, maybe there was one to our patients, just trying to get the word out from my house. Remote working before remote working was a thing.
My brother was stationed up here at Grand Forks Air Force Base, and we knew he was part of some of the mobilization efforts, and so we watched obviously with great interest. Yeah, he was a medical technician who flew in helicopters on various missions and was stationed up here from 1986 to 1999. So had a decade plus connected to this area, and we would visit frequently, my family and I, so we felt a connection through him. My brother sent that to me a couple weeks ago as he was going through some old pictures, and he told me they took that picture as they were landing to pick up the last patient.
I remember leaving. My husband again said, "We have to go. We have our daughter at home. We have to go." It was so hard to leave. And as we left town, downtown was starting to burn. So you could see the smoke coming up in the sky, and it just was so unbelievable. And I remember crying all the way home because I felt so badly for everything that was happening to my friends and colleagues, and the place that I loved to work. It was just a hard day, such a hard day.
Still emotional. Seeing the damage, I mean, can it recover? Is Grand Forks going to recover? How is the health system going to recover? And you have an entity being merged that's supposed to merge on July 1st, and you have to work through it. But in retrospect, I think most everything was done as best as it could have been. I don't have any regrets about decisions made. I think we had obviously great staff, a great community. Everyone, stepped up to the plate, worked harder. People had to work, 80 hours, 100-hour weeks, maybe more. So it would be pretty much work, eat, sleep.
The whole emotion of the day came rushing back, and as he saw that, he felt the need to send it to me with our transition to Grand Forks. He wanted me to see his connection to the history of Grand Forks and Altru.
And I also think we learned you just have to do whatever it takes to get through it.
And here we are 25 years later, and Grand Forks has done a phenomenal job rebuilding and yet remembering the flood of '97, and Altru. Here we are 25 years later, building a brand new hospital, growing, expanding, and so I really look at it through that lens that your circumstances don't dictate your future. It's really your perspective of how you look at it. And I get that sense from folks who live here and lived through that. And certainly my Altru colleagues view it through that lens that, you know, here we are, not that we would choose to go through that or that anyone would choose to go through that, but we're better for it.